In the mix with DJ Rambo Rich.
Welcome to What's That Music About podcast. I'm your host DJ Rambo Rich, and today's episode we've got a singer from Liverpool called Xav, who is a singer-songwriter. So with no further ado, I'm just going to get her to introduce herself and tell us a bit about herself, and then we'll start the episode. So first of all, thanks for joining us, and if you'd just like to tell us a bit about yourself, and we'll take it from there.
Thank you. First of all, thanks for having me. So I'm Xav. I'm a singer-songwriter based in Liverpool, and I write about uplifting and motivating pop music and folk music, and I want to share the positivity to people, and that's what I do for. I'm currently gigging in Liverpool, and I've joined with different events and organizations such as Promo Live, and also joined with, collaborated with Big Condo, and also I will be collaborating with Hot Fox in the upcoming days as well.
Oh, great. So I think what we're going to do first is go to the first round, which is mixtapes and memories. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is mixtapes and memories, and in mixtapes and memories, you talk about your earliest memories of music and how you got started in music. So to start that off, what's your first memory of music?
I remember music is like a company, I would say. So like sometimes when you feel lonely, or when you're like you feel like nobody can understand you, or sometimes you don't know what to share to. Sometimes I feel like music is a way to express yourself and also feel being understood. So it's like a company.
So what was the first time you thought, you know what, I really want to give music a try and sort of like try and get into music and start performing music? What was the first experience of that for you?
I remember was the time that my pet died, and that was the time that I don't know who to talk to, and I felt like no one I don't know how to talk about that, because in where I grew up, like getting over with people like grief and stuff like that is always not a good things to mention to people. So I didn't know who to talk to, but I listened to Coldplay, the song Everglow, and I instantly felt like being understood. So that's when I feel like I want to create something like this, that I can be with people if they really need to, just like how music did to me.
When you were growing up, what was the sort of type of music you liked to listen to?
I would say band music. Coldplay was one of my inspiration, and I also like solo artists like Ed Sheeran. I love their song when they're like having deep meaning and different message in it.
So what was the moment where you thought, you know what, I really want to sort of give music a serious try now, and I've had a little practice and I like this now. So what was the first time you thought, you know what, I'm actually going to start gigging and I'm sort of going to get out there, I'm going to show people what I can do? What was the first experiences like that for you?
Yeah, I would say when I first arrived in Liverpool, in here, which I like about Liverpool, all the people, they will come out and share their talents. And I remember watching a band, they did their busking in Liverpool. That was the time I really want to do something like that. And I came across with the advertisement from Primal Life, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I want to join music events like this, get to connect with more artists, people, and get me going, basically." So after that gig, after I meet more people, I sort of like want to put myself into doing music more professionally, and also met people like amazing artists like Carly, and Carly always like motivating me, and she always also offered me a lot of gigs and opportunity to do as well. So I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna really give music a go.
I love that. I think what we're going to do now is go to the next round, which is on repeat. So 1 second and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is on repeat, and in on repeat we'll talk about your daily challenges or successes with music. So to start it off, what is your sort of a daily sort of challenge when it comes to music?
I would say it's definitely like first of all, marketing or like content creation is
Yeah.
definitely something you have to learn to master, like in music, especially if you want to really get yourself out there. And I will also say, like the music production wise, connecting is a good way to really like get a professional to help you or get more guidance and advice from your fellow music artist friends. But when I say like overcoming the whole mixing, producing, you have to learn the whole thing yourself. It's also another way that it's something that I have to learn from scratch. But yeah, it was a fun experience as well.
So, what would you say is a daily success with music for you? What is going well for you in music at the moment?
I would say is connecting and gigs, because I would say Liverpool is a very supportive community. So like as long as you really got something you want to share, as long as you're being yourself, you're genuine,
Yeah.
people will love to collaborate with you, and people will love to hear what you are doing. So I guess you have a chance to collab with different record labels like Condo, and collab with music artist and producer, and I get to have different chance to do gigs, just get more experience in gigging scenes
Yeah.
as well. So I think that's actually going well, thanks to everyone.
I love that. I'm glad to hear that. So what is your real sort of motivations in music at the moment?
I would say um, the response from my listener. So whenever I make a music after I make 1,000 miles, I actually got a very personal response from one of the listener. They literally DM me and they said like because the 1,000 miles is about long distance, family,
Y-
friends, and
Yeah.
relationship. And that person was living far across. She's from India, and she's now living in Edinburgh. And she's told me, listening to this song, she actually felt like being understood, and she said she actually like shared the song with her family as well, and she's therefore she said it's a good song that she listened to, and she felt like she being understood. So that's why I was like, oh, I really want to make songs like this and make more of that, just so I can connect with more people as well.
I love that. I love that. So what we're going to do now is go to the next round, which is discography. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is discography where we talk about our guests' music today. And to start that off, so the 3 tracks I've listened to of yours were 1,000 Miles, Save Me, and then Never Enough, which you said to me was a cover. So do you want to talk about those a little bit? So let's start with 1,000 Miles, which you mentioned before was about long distance. So tell us about that song. How did it come to be?
Mm. It actually relate to my experience as well. I moved from Hong Kong to Liverpool since 2021, at the beginning of 2022, I'll say. And I felt like there was a time where you can't actually make friends, or you need to adjust or adapt to the lives here. And I felt lonely at that point. But the good thing is, like, people that I used to, like, friends I made in Hong Kong, they're all supportive. So I realized, like, oh, even though sometimes no matter where you are, like, or where you are now, as long as you guys keep contacting, or as long as you remember the bonds that you once share, distance doesn't matter. And I feel like
Yeah.
it would be good if it actually we have a song in nowadays, and not just about sad moments in life, but how about when we turn those moments in life into something that we in a more positive light sort of way. So I was like, if this song can reach more people, I'm sure there will be a lot of people have similar stories like me, or even like worse sometimes. So I was like, I want this song to reach people that needs it.
So now we're going to move on to Save Me. So tell me, how did the process of making that song come to be?
Oh, yeah, similar. Save Me is because I'm working on a 9 to 5 as well, like in order to like support family and real life sort of say. So I was like, I remember I was having a very tough day at work, and I was like, oh, I really want something or someone. If music, I can use music to sort of like save, not save me, but it's like if I can make music work, and also like I can have a way, or whenever I woke up, I can actually do something that I like or enjoy. That would be good. It was just like little thoughts like that after I have a very tough day at work. So that's how I was like just strumming on my guitar. I remember, and something like the rhythm comes up, And after the rhythm comes up, I start to like put in the words like I'm just having fun, because I used to do
Yeah.
improv as well. So I literally was just improvising and doing bits and like that. So that's how the Save Me whole song comes in. And I remember the parts when it's like, come on, save me. That was actually the first part that I come up with the guitar with improvising. So it was a fun process.
Definitely. So you said to me at the start, before we started the interview, that you've got a new song coming out. So if you want to tell us what it's called and tell us about the new song that's coming out.
Yes, thank you. So this song is called Bloom Anyway. I think it's actually fit the season as well, because it's spring, isn't it? So I was like, oh, spring is the season where everything grows, everything blooms. And also, like, I have been having a couple of like down days the previous wise. I think everyone have that. And I was just like, if again, if we have something like, even if we have tough days or sad days, and when we're like, we don't know what to do in life, and sometimes we face like rejection and stuff like that. And when it comes to being music artists, the only thing that I realize more, at the beginning you will have lots of support from different people because you were just at the beginning. But like when you were moving along the way, you attract more people, you enter the radar for real, you will attract more voices as well. So Bloom Anyway was actually created when I was facing different voices. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're like bad, or sometimes they're just purely haters. Well, I was like, how should we deal with that as an artist? So I was like, actually, a flower, no matter people likes a flower or not, they will still bloom. No matter rain, storm, a plant will still grow. And sometimes all the bad things you think is a bad things, like criticism, everything, but at the end of the day, they're all nutrients for the flower to bloom. So Bloom Anyway is about, no matter where we are in the journey, no matter what you're facing, bad things, good things, they're all gonna turn into something that becomes beautiful. And you're a flower, you're gonna bloom anyway, no matter what ways or what paths you're in. So this is the whole message behind the song.
I love that. I love that. And when's it out?
It's gonna be out on the 14th of March. It's gonna be available on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple's, YouTube, even on social media app as well.
I love that. Definitely. When it comes out, I'll put a post on the channel. So if you send it over to me, I'll more than happily put it out there so people can hear it. I think what we're going to do is go to the last round, which is Dream Big. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is Dream Big, where we talk about the future aspirations. So to start that off, what is your biggest aspiration for your music?
I would say if I can have my uh con- if I can have my own concert where I can have one of them. The first part would be all my original tracks in English, and in along down the way, I would say if I can share my music, I can, because I know a lot of people from Hong Kong has come to UK as well, and I know especially Liverpool. We embrace a different society and cultures as well, because I live in that. That's because that's how I know. So I was like, if at one day I can have a concert that, because I got bigger, so I can invite the people that's based in UK, but they might be Hong Konger, that can come to my show, and I can have a little part of including those Hong Konger, and I can sing something in Canto or what I made in Canto as well. And because I feel like sometimes when people live in a different area, we can feel discouraged. Like no matter how people are welcoming, we just feel lonely sometimes, isn't it? So I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I,
yeah.
I would love to invite my fellow Hong Kongers in my concert, and because they know me now, and I can make something that for Hong Konger, and to motivate them to keep pursuing their new life and keep moving on to their newest chapter.
I love that. So I would say to the next question we're going to ask is, so do you have a dream like venue to perform at?
Oh yes, I would definitely want to do one in Glastonbury. Glastonbury, yeah, I know. Glastonbury. It's the first place, first festival I ever watched in once I got here, and it was like it's such a big festival, and it embraced
Yeah,
so many different talents. So I was like, oh, definitely would be in my uh vision board.
definitely, definitely. So this next question is a bit of a hard question. Um,
Mm.
who's the dream artist to collaborate with?
Oh, please be Ed Sheeran or Coldplay and Louis Capaldi as well. They're all my biggest inspiration. Without them, I wouldn't be here. They are the reason they taught me what music is about, and they are basically what I want to be.
I love that. I love that. So final question is, uh, how do you want your music when people look back on history and they find your music? How do you want your music to be remembered?
I want the my music to be remembered as um a lighthouse. I would say sometimes when we're lost in life or when we don't know how we can keep moving on, I hope my song or music, what I create, can become a guiding little lighthouse that I can guide you home or back to where you can be, and so you can keep sailing. And I just want to be remembered like this, and I think that would be my biggest dream.
That's probably the most unique answer I've had. So I love that. I love that. Do you want to just tell people about your new song, where they can find it and when it's going to come out?
Sure. And my music actually will be on all the social media, and definitely they will be on Spotify. And my social all handles are like Sav Vibes. So Sav is my name, XAV, and VIBES underscore. And this is actually the name and also the all the social media handle you can find me. And I also quite usually update on my social with funny content as well. So like if people can give it a follow or if people can check me out on there.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Zav, and hope it's all good. And when your song comes out, we'll do I'll share it on the Instagram so everyone can see it. It's been really great speaking with you. You have a great evening, and update us if anything else happens. We'll let the listeners know. And I want to just thank you for your time, and you have a great evening.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good day.
In the mix with DJ Rambo Rich.